Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, looking at the sunshine. Just an absolutely beautiful looking day. A little bit on the cool side, and we have seen a few clouds, especially in southern Michigan. And over in the southwest corner, we're actually seeing a little bit of light rain and a little bit of light snow being reported right now in Benton Harbor. All of that is a part of a system that's spreading quite a bit of snow shower, snow flurry activity in southern Wisconsin, northern sections of Illinois, running back into Iowa, and also Nebraska. They're getting a little bit of it. Southern Illinois around Carbondale and down into Kentucky, and then some more in Missouri. All of that a function of a low pressure system, which is currently situated over Iowa and northwestern Missouri. That low is going to be moving almost right straight east as we go through the remainder of the day today and into the nighttime hours. But there is going to be a chance, ever so slight, a chance of seeing not only cloud cover here in the Great Lakes Bay area, but the further south you get, there might be a chance, like's happening right now in Benton Harbor, of maybe a little bit of light snow. Temperatures, they should move up pretty close, if not a little bit above normal. Right now, Matthew Lester, on the thermometer, what do you have?
Currently, over at the airport, it's mostly sunny at 34. Over at Midland, it's mostly sunny at 36. Here, Radio Center, it's mostly sunny at 37. We have southwest winds at 7 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.87, and it's falling.
A mix of clouds and sun across northern Michigan. Temperatures obviously a little bit cooler there, but not by much. Again, as Matthew said, we're looking at 34, 35 degrees around the Great Lakes Bay area. Southeastern Michigan, they're approaching 40 degrees there. Over on the southwest side, the southwest corner, even though they are reporting some light snow in Benton Harbor, is currently 38 there. Holland's coming in at 36. Muskegon is right now at 37. A lot more in the way of cloud cover over there. Again, as we said, all a function of that low, which is going to continue on an easterly trek. So Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, those states, Kentucky, Tennessee, they're going to be getting a mix of some snow and some sleet and freezing rain as we go through the day today. But all of that activity is going to stay away pretty much from the vast majority of the lower peninsula, as well as the upper peninsula. Temperatures across the UP as of right now are fairly close to where we are. We're seeing some upper 20s over in the Newberry area, Sault Ste. Marie, also Sawyer Gwinn at the Air Force Base there. It's 27. 27 in Ironwood. Copper Harbor is and Houghton are leading the way as far as the cold spots right now in the state. Both of them are registering 23. Sun with a few clouds. The clouds will increase a little bit this afternoon around these parts. We are looking for a high temperature of 40. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 21. Sun will set this evening at 6:33. Rise tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock sharp. Of course, with daylight savings time kicking in after midnight on Saturday night, we're going to see a sunset a lot closer to 7:30, 7:35 as we go into Sunday evening. So a little bit longer daylight for many of you who like to try to get some work done. And it looks like we're going to have some pretty decent weather to get some work done. As we go through the weekend, Saturday for the most part is once again going to be a mix of sun and some clouds. There could possibly be late Saturday afternoon and early Sunday night of a spotty light snow shower, simply because that low pressure system that's moving through the Tennessee Valley with that counterclockwise circulation is going to push some moisture back toward us. But right now it doesn't look, it's not very likely that we'll see much in the way of precipitation, probably more in the way of clouds. But after late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, everything will pretty well clear out. So the clouds that do move in Saturday afternoon and Saturday night will move away from us. Sunday promises to be the best of the two for the weekend, not only with sky conditions, it's mostly sunny with a few clouds around, but the temperature is going to be a good 8 degrees, 10 degrees above normal. We should be looking at 48 for a high on Sunday and a low not dropping down below the freezing mark, 34. Really, as we move into the work week next week, very uneventful for the most part, although I've got a funny feeling that about midweek next week, we are going to have a system that is going to try to whip a cold front across the state. This system is going to be running across southern Canada. The low is not going to dip down. It's going to stay pretty much right straight west to east. So we're not going to get a cold snap out of it. If anything, it's going to draft some warmer air up at us. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at, because Monday, with mostly sunny skies, 56 for a high, 42 for a low on Monday. Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, 60 for a high, 36 for a low. Then moving into Wednesday and Thursday, a little bit of a cool down. Again, because that cold front will be whipping through the state, more than likely late in the day on Wednesday and Wednesday night from the low up in Canada. 52 for a high on Wednesday, 32 for a low on Wednesday night, with a chance of seeing some precipitation. That chance will continue into the day on Thursday. Still pretty close to 50, but maybe about 48 for a high on Thursday, with that chance, especially in the morning, of seeing some precipitation. But overall, next week is going to be relatively uneventful. If anything, though, the temperatures are going to be much above normal. Normal average right now is 38 in the afternoon and 23 at night. Long range now to take us through the 20th of the month is for a continuation of those above normal temperatures and slightly above average as far as the moisture is concerned. Record high in this state was set back in 2000. 73 was our high temperature that day. The record low of 7 below zero was set in 1978. A year ago today, 45 was our high, 33 was our low. We didn't have much of anything in the way of precipitation. If you didn't already guess, the warmest ever 7th of March was in 2000. 73 was our high, 43 was our low. The coldest ever, you got to go back to 1986. And back in 1971 on this date, Matthew, 7 inches of snow. So don't put the shovels away yet.
I mean, hey, you can say that again.
More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by today, who do we have?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West.
But before we get to Cody, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Just got a text from a listener, Matthew, and they say, what do you mean don't put the shovels away yet?
Listen, and I've been telling everybody this. I think we're going to get at least one more snowstorm before the winter's done. You know, late into March, early into April, when everybody thinks, you know, spring's finally here, winter's over, you know, you can put all your snow shovels and stuff away. Nope. We're going to get at least one more snowstorm before the winter's done.
Yeah, we've had more than our share of April 1st. snowstorms.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So not saying we're going to get it this year, but the winter isn't done yet, right? Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They want to say be prepared, not necessarily because of a snowstorm, but Mother Nature is going to have her chance with you as we go through the spring planting and the growing season. Being prepared means risk management, and the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency know that risk management is a very important tool that you should have in your tool chest. Remember, they are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents directly on their cells for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office. They're located in Reese, 989-868-4722. That's the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Well, how about this? Cody Harris is on the line with us right now from Star of the West. And Cody, I'm sorry I've held you off this long, but the prices are still hanging in there. For once, you've got some green to talk about.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It's definitely nice to see some green flashing on the board here today. So it's been a little choppy throughout the morning, but as we see here right now, we got 2 out of 3 commodities trending in a positive direction. So, yeah, I'll take it for sure.
I guess. Before we get into the prices now, obviously there's a lot going on, the uncertainty with the tariffs and all this other stuff. But have you heard anything much about crop conditions in the central part of the United States, in particular the wheat? Has there been anything on the trade?
Yeah, I would say that's definitely, as far as wheat's concerned, that's definitely something everyone's keeping an eye on. I know that drought expanding out in those wheat areas, especially in the high plains and northern plains, where the dryness is prevalent, Nebraska, South Dakota. I think I was looking at their weekly crop condition reports, and they're extremely poor. So that is definitely a situation that traders are looking at. And as far as the wheat market's concerned, is definitely probably maybe the hidden bullish news that if this really takes off or it comes to fruition, could maybe generate a little bullish activity in the wheat market. I know we're still early, but that's definitely a concern out there in the high plains and northern plains areas.
Now, I know we've talked about it pretty much all week long about the planting intentions report that's going to come out the end of March. But we've got a report coming out. Is it next week, Cody?
We have a report coming out end of the month here, the USDA Supply and Demand Report. That's going to be a big one. Maybe get us an idea of those acres going in the ground. So as we kind of see that USDA Supply and Demand Report at the end of the month, that's definitely what we got highlighted here as the report coming this month.
So that's the important one that we really need to pay attention to right now.
That is correct. Yeah, that's the one everyone has circled on their calendar for sure.
What's going on as far as influencing our market? Are we just deciding that, hey, maybe we should give everybody some pluses today, or is there a reason?
Well, mostly what's been going on probably the last week or two is definitely focused on tariffs, and it seems like yesterday the market got a boost, on the reports that the Trump administration is set to exempt from some tariff goods covered by the USMCA agreement, at least until April 2nd. So that little news right there was definitely price positive for both corn and soybeans, and we're seeing that kind of trickle into the markets here today. But kind of like we touched on here at the beginning of the conversation, the volatility related to the ever-changing trade policy is sure to keep markets on edge for sure in these next coming weeks. But that's really what the trade is focused on, trying to get a handle of what this is going to do kind of as a whole as far as supply and demand is concerned. So that's really what the traders are focused on here as of now.
So right now on your board, what do you have, Cody?
Yeah, right now at the moment we got cash wheat that's down 2 at the moment, 527 on the white, 452 on the red. New crop wheat also down 2, 566 on the white, 481 on the red. Looking over at corn, cash corn's up 5 at 394. New crop corn up a penny at 387. And looking at soybeans, cash soybeans are up 4 at 941, and new crop soybeans are up 8 at 949.
Have a great weekend, Cody.
Thank you. You guys as well.
You betcha. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. As far as what's going on in Chicago, on the board of trade right now, our wheat, the nearby wheat contract is right now down about 3.5. That would make it 550 and a half. The March contract is coming in. That's up 6 1/4. 537 and 3/4 right now as it is just starting to bounce around a little bit. Corn is currently up 5 1/2. That would make the March contract at 455. The May is at 468. That is up 4. Soybeans on the March contract just changed, currently up a penny. That would make it $10.15. The May contract is at 10.29, and that is up 1 3/4. While we're taking a look at the Board of Trade real quick on the Mercantile Exchange, we're seeing our cattle pit trading anywhere from a range of $1.50 to $3.30 to the positive side. Lean hogs, we're currently up 40 to 50 cents. Crude oil is right now up $1, 1 1/2. That would make the April contract at 67.37 1/2. Market report brought to you today by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth. The spring Ram commercial truck and van season is going on right now at Schaefer Beerline Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Frankenmuth. What does it mean? It means that if you're in the market for a new Ram commercial truck or van, you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is. Now's the time to see them. Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. Market report also brought to you by Thumb Bank, working hard to keep people in agriculture going. They've been doing it since 1895. Now in Freeland and 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay area. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust. Coming up next, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we should have Chuck Servinski from Maple Hill.
But before we get to Chuck, let's take a break, and then we'll be right back.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B-Series. It makes the hard work look easy. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They are your Dairyland seed dealer. Justin Varner has been taking care of business here all winter long. If you got any questions, if you need anything, it might be a really good idea to get a hold of him right now. He does carry the full line of corn and Enlist soybean seed, proven weed control, designed to get you a better harvest. Remember, Dairyland Seed. They've got seed with your name on it from your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain since 1983. Where serving you is their business. Let's check in right now with Chuck Servinski, Maple Hill Nursery over in Midland. And Chuck, the weather forecast is telling us spring is here, and I got a funny feeling it's springtime right around the corner at Maple Hill.
It sure is. We're getting our Dairy Dew products set up today in both bagged and bulk. We've got outdoor furniture seasons here. We've got the store fully stocked with the latest in outdoor furnishings and accessories. In addition to Pollywood and Alfresco Home, this year we've got a new line of furniture we're adding. It's going to be arriving in the store really soon. Parks Outdoor Living by John Thomas Furniture. It's a new line, many unique items in both teak and cast aluminum wicker, a lot of different things we've never had before, so it's kind of exciting. So stop on into the store and see all we've got for spring and outdoor living, as well as a lot of other stuff as well. Trees and shrubs are going to start arriving here at the end of the month, a little early yet, but we've got a lot of new items coming in this year. So lots of exciting things happening right now.
What are your hours right now, Chuck?
We're here Monday through Friday, 8 until 5, and Saturdays now we're here 8 until 4.
Yeah, and before you know it, even though Easter is late, we'll be talking Easter here fairly soon.
Hey, it won't be long. Hey, and we've got a special birthday today. My uncle Joe Servinsky is 80 years old today.
Wow.
And as you know, he and Dad started back in 1967 with Servinsky Sod here in Midland. And then my dad ended up selling to him and starting the store downtown before he came out and started Maple Hill. And what's kind of special is almost 50 years ago on this day, my parents bought the land for our business here. So that's kind of how I remember his birthday.
Yeah, but 80 years old, huh?
Yeah, and still working every day. He and Dad are still working every day, and they're probably two of the older guys left in our industry.
Yeah, that's right. And quite an industry it has been. And we've had a lot of figures over the years that have been a regular part of conversation when it comes to working outdoors. You know, the Paul B. Gicks, the Dick Samolskis, and all those folks.
And Dad and my uncle were friends with all those guys. My dad was in the National Guards with Paul way back when. So, you know, it's been kind of fun growing up in this business and knowing all those fellas over the years.
And it continues to be a lot of fun as well. Chuck, you have a great weekend.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week. Chuck Servinsky, Maple Hill Nursery over in Midland. We'll be right back.
Do you own farm property or hunting property in eastern Michigan and the Thumb that you're looking to put on the market? Michael Turner with Whitetail Properties is an experienced land specialist that can guide landowners through the successful selling process. With Michael's knowledge of land values in rural markets and access to the most superior tools and technology in the industry, he can get you the best price possible for your property. Visit whitetailproperties.com and search Michael Turner under agents. That's whitetailproperties.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. You know, they do take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts. They understand how your life and job both stop if that tractor stops running. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Along with us right now, Stephanie Zelenko from AgriLiquid. And Stephanie, starting to get the itch right now, are we?
I think we are. I was in Denver this week for Commodity Classics. So saw people from across the whole U.S. and beyond. But even though it's Michigan or other northern climate growers, guys were getting antsy to get out to the field. You know, it seems like we've had some warm days followed by cold days, and that just gets people excited to get out there and get to work.
I'm just kind of curious, how has the weather treated some of the guys, especially in the central part of the country?
It depends upon where you're at. I heard anything from we didn't get enough snowfall, so they're going in after a dry fall to a pretty dry season, to we've had excess rainfall in different pockets of the country with those storms that have come through. So it's pretty varied, but I would think most guys were more concerned about not enough moisture going into the spring than they were with an abundance.
And again, curiosity, I don't know if you've really heard too much. I haven't heard much of anything, you know, after the hurricanes went through the southeastern part of the continental United States last year. What's happening for some of our farms out in that part of the United States?
Well, the few guys that I did talk to, like in the Carolina area, really, so after the rain went through, things drained pretty well. They were able to get crops off that were in, so not a whole lot of damage. Overall, there's specific pockets where the low ground had significant flooding where they lost a lot of crops, but from what we heard, not as bad as they were anticipating to begin with.
Oh, that's good news. Stephanie, you take care. Have a nice weekend. We'll talk to you again next week. All right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
You bet. Stephanie Zelenko with AgriLiquid. We'll be right back.
For 100 years, Forward Energy has been more than just a home heat and fuel provider. We've been a part of your community, and you've been a part of our family through every storm, every season, and every moment. We've been right here, keeping you warm and safe. As your hometown energy provider, we deliver more than just propane. We deliver peace of mind with reliable service, quality you can count on, and a commitment to always being there when you need us most. Forward Energy, 100 years strong, fueled by family, powered by community.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at High Fidelity Genetics, non-GMO seed corn and soybeans that even qualify for organic production at half the cost. Go more, Go check them out, highfidelitygenetics.com, or give them a call at 515-434-7333. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. The government says 150